No man.
What y'all think about that?
Yep.
What y'all think about that? What y'all think about this t-shirt? Ain't this the best t-shirt y'all ever seen? Ain't nothing like them blue
Man.
jackets. Ain't nothing like them blue jackets.
Comes back with that.
Ain't nothing like them blue jackets. Boom. Boom. That ain't the best part of it. Boom.
For the old school, we walk the halls.
500
That's
Washington Ave.
That's old.
That's Savannah High. Now that thing over there on Pennsylvania Avenue, that ain't Savannah High. 500 Washington Avenue, that's Savannah High School. Y'all had to be there to know what I'm talking about. What school y'all go to?
Butler. Butler.
That's a school in Savannah.
JHC Butler Elementary.
But all right, we had some people that we know taught that. Miss Trapio teach at Butler.
Yes, she was. I
Yeah.
love her.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she teach at Butler.
Fire.
See, I got eyes everywhere.
Miss Collins.
I could put eyes on y'all.
No, you
Careful.
can't.
I got people over there at Butler. Oh yeah, I know people. I know people. Okay. Yeah.
She getting old. Ain't it?
See?
You don't know what she doing.
Butler. Go Butler. The mighty. What's y'all nickname?
Bears.
The Mighty Bears. All right, congratulations.
I'm going to
Awesome.
6th grade. I'm going to 8th grade.
Who going to the middle school?
Her.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Middle schooler.
That
Yay.
ain't nothing. I'm going to
Proud
6th
of
grade.
you. That's a great achievement. Amen. We're always so proud. We support our own. Amen. I'm not going to prolong this. Those that gonna come. Those ain't gonna come. They're not gonna come because water and church don't go together. I haven't been to a church yet. Pack out on a rainy day.
I don't get it.
I just don't
I just don't
understand.
get it.
Now you go to them other folk church, they pack it out no matter what's going on.
That's right.
So, but to God be the glory, because I am excited and I am happy about what's going on in my life and in my body. So I'm excited all by itself. So it don't matter. Some people probably never fell off the bandwagon, but I still be trying to encourage them to keep coming. If you fall off, then keep coming and get back up there and try it again, try it again, try it again. It's not easy. So I wanted, before we get started, we're gonna just throw some stuff at you.
Yeah.
Because there's some questions and different things, and like my question would be, when I go to the movie theater, I like to eat popcorn.
Oh, man, you read
So
the same line
what do
I'm
you
on.
think about that?
What can we do for
Come
snacks?
on up here,
Replacement
come on
of
up,
snacks?
brother Frazier.
I had the same question, Pastor.
Yeah, but I was like, when I go to the movie, I want to eat a popcorn.
Yeah.
I
A
want
snack
to
at
enjoy
night.
the movie. So
No snacking. I never snack. However, if you want to do that, a lot of our past hygienists would say, if you got to have pie, eat pie and skip the next meal.
Okay.
If you want to do something, if you want to do something that's not really, going to draw all your energy over here, then save up for the energy in another area.
Okay.
If you want to eat, then make sure you sleep good that next night. Make sure you don't abuse none of your other areas. If you so-called want to do that, because you still want to live. You don't have to just live, walk the straightest line,
Okay. This one. Pastor's on the same line. I had the same question for you. When we snack,
Mhm.
whether it's out of sequence for what we're doing,
Mhm.
but if we do, what are healthy snacks?
Well-
Besides now the fruit.
What I want you to do is, it's not an answer to that question, because there's no healthy snack besides fruit.
Well,
However,
I could snack on pork chop.
right,
Okay, but
right,
I might want to option out to snack on sunflower seeds.
still would make a difference. That's what I'm telling you. But what I'm trying to show you is, if you eat more at that meal, you shouldn't desire a snack within the next eating time.
Yeah,
You're just not eating enough.
but until we get to that place,
You skip the meal.
See, we already taken away some things, right?
Right.
I've given up breakfast.
Okay.
Okay, I've given that up. And then I eat one meal at 6 o'clock. Well, after 12 o'clock, I eat some oranges or whatever. And then at night, I eat a meal. One starch in a vegetable or meat in a vegetable. Is that correct? Now, if I'm up watching the 11 o'clock news, I got a hankering to eat something. Okay, because I haven't eaten anything since 5 or 6 o'clock that afternoon. So this is where I want to replace it with a healthy snack. Now, I don't want to eat no more fruit.
Okay.
I want to treat myself to something like a sunflower seed, some cashews, nuts. I know you're going to say about the digestive type thing, but if I had to snack, I'd rather snack on that than potato chips or Fritos or something like that. Now, I was looking at like sunflower seeds. If I was going to have a snack, eat some, get a little small amount of peanuts or something, or ball peanuts, something that's soft. Then I was thinking about ball peanuts, without the salt.
Right. Well, this is where my wife usually come in and say, "Hey, you gotta, release the hook sometime." But like I tell her, I can only practice natural hygiene.
Right.
And natural hygiene is a strict science. So when I talk to people, I have to tell them exactly what natural hygiene says. Leave it alone. However, you at the end of the day, if you so-called want some cashew, hey, by all means eat it. If you desire that. What I would tell you, if you came to me, go to sleep. If you up at 11 o'clock, you shouldn't be up. You need to be sleeping. I'm just saying.
But I'm telling you what my body is used to snacking at night.
Right.
A big old, look
Right.
at my snack was
I know exactly what you're
bag of
saying.
chips. Now, if I break that down to a handful of cashews,
And you'll be doing great. You'll be doing greater than
that's a
what you're
change
doing.
for my system,
Right.
my biological, and I've been losing weight.
Right.
I don't know if y'all can see it.
Now I'm saying that'll be any change is going to be great. Any change is going to be
Okay.
great. I'm just saying
If I
when I
decide-
talk,
yeah.
don't get offended when I say something. I
No,
just
no,
gotta
know
say,
you
I just gotta say what's
no,
going to
you're
be
going
the
to the
best.
purest form
Right.
of my nutrition.
Right.
You come with the purest form.
Right. You can
But
alter it.
I can't jump into the purest form right away.
I
I've got
understand
to
that.
ease myself into that.
Right.
So that's just like I'm
But if
learning
I give
I'm learning
you
to walk all over again. I got to do the same thing with my diet.
right.
I got to learn how to eat good again.
Right.
So it's not going to happen overnight.
Right.
That's on anything.
That's right.
Because see, I got a pre-addiction to the food that I was eating. I got a history of eating some kind of food. Sometime at night, I have no business eating.
Correct.
So that's a behavioral type habit
Right.
that I achieve. It's going to take a while to break that chain, but
Okay.
I will break it eventually.
Right.
But I just want to minimize the effects. I want a substitution.
Right.
And one of the things that helped me
Yeah.
is the teaching on fasting. The
Right.
things that I have the most trouble with, I just fast from it. That's the best way to break it. Just fast from it. Because if I eat a little bit, it's like an alcoholic say, I'm gonna slow down drinking. I'm just gonna drink one beer instead of 12. But when I get that taste in my mouth, see, so the best way to do it is if I was to just break away from it. If I would just break away, I fast from it. So a lot of the snacks that I used to have when I was at the job, the cater chips, or cause the vending machine right there, and I just fast from it. The sodas, my wife would tell you I've been drinking just water, and then he taught me another thing. So I've been trying to eat the meals without drinking with the meal. So a lot of that stuff I've been practicing, and not perfect at it, but I'm practicing these things. So those things that help me a lot. Fasting, so things that like snacks, I fast from them. I don't want no snacks. I eat my fruit and I eat my one meal and I'm good. If I get hungry at night, I go to bed.
Now this is what I found myself. That's a good point. This is what I found myself doing. Some nights, instead of having a actual material type fiber or some type of food they eat as a snack, I drink some fruit juice before I go to bed. Fruit juice, and then I back it with some distilled water. Now, if I could train myself to do a fruit juice, to do a juice,
Mhm.
say
You know what I might tell you, which might help you out, if you do 3 meals a day instead of the 2 meals. And your 3 meals, your first 2 meals be fruit meal, and then you do that other meal kind of late in the evening,
late. Okay.
a little
I
later
just
where
have to
you
push
where you
my
can
dinner time back.
right.
I
That
probably
might
can
be
get
a
away
little
with
better
that,
for you
yeah.
if you can like probably start your first meal probably around about 11 or probably like 10.
Yeah, see, because I skip that meal altogether. I don't eat at all.
Right?
Well,
Or try
All
to
I
do
might
you
I might drink a apple juice in the morning, or I might just drink water and then go.
right.
Because I fast at first the morning hours, and then when 12 o'clock comes, this is when that's when I eat my oranges or my tangerines.
Right.
And then I don't eat nothing until I get home from downtown, and that'll be around. I fix me a meal about 6 o'clock. But if I stay up till 11,
You hungry?
I'm hungry again. But sometimes
Right.
I go to bed early and I don't worry about it.
Because if he eat at
But if
what
I
time?
stay up,
If he eat at what
say
time?
like the basketball games are normally if the game ain't on, I'm going to bed 9:30.
But look
And
what
I
he's
don't eat
saying. He's
nothing.
saying he eat at what? 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then 5 hours after that, the stomach is what?
That's
3
5
again,
hours.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
But if you're bed,
Right.
Push it
So,
back.
Or push your last meal, try to not eat it at 6, eat it at 8. Eat it
And
at
that'll
8.
cover you.
Right.
Mhm.
till
Okay.
you ready to go to bed.
And still do the 2 meals. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, try it like that.
I'm comfortable with what I'm doing now. Really, actually, nothing in the morning till after 12.
Right.
And then when I get home, I be starved. So I eat, when I get home, I have my meat and a starch.
Well, sister,
I mean, in a
No,
starch,
meat and a
meat and a vegetable,
Right.
or a starch and a vegetable,
Right.
right.
and that's it.
Sister,
Yeah.
go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, onions, olive oil. I remember you said something like this, but I couldn't remember, and I didn't wanna call y'all, so we're for tonight. Can I cook with the onions, huh?
We can go. All right. Now here again, this is a situation you put me in.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you the bare blocks. The best thing is not to cook
What onions?
with the onions. The onions is an irritant. We know that. Now, however, to cook the onions is to actually cook the toxins out of it.
Okay.
All right. Now, if you want to have some onions on your food, if you want to eat it raw, you want to eat the top part of the onions. The green part, not
Oh,
the
you mean-
white part, not the bulb. Yeah, the
The
scallion
scallion
part.
That's down.
You can use that part, the green part, the baby
I like
part.
scallions.
Okay, so
Right.
that means
Use
when I-
that.
when
Use
I,
that in there.
And what about
Olive oil, that's going to be a fat. You're going to have to use that as a fat according to your food combining chart.
Because I've always, since we had a couple of issues with Pastor's health and we started changing everything in the house, I stopped cooking with butter, how you put butter in your vegetables.
Fat is fat, though.
I use olive oil.
Fat is fat. Fat is fat. Fat is fat. Oil is all. It's gonna grease, slide. Fat is fat. They try to say this fat is good. It's still gonna clog up artery. It's still gonna, clog up the, block and suffocate the sugar molecules and your hemoglobin level. Notice that people get sleepy, tired, can't breathe after eating a bunch of fat because that fat is coating your hemoglobin. Your hemoglobin is your oxygen carrying cell. They have you breathe. That's why people get tired, can't do nothing after all that fat in their diet, especially after, leaving KFC or, Popeye somewhere.
Another question: is sunflower seeds a good?
For the seed.
It's nuts. In the nut family, what is a good nut to eat? That's what I'm trying to.
Well,
No.
a lot of nuts. Pistachios, you got your pecans, you got your Brazil nuts, you got your pine nuts, you got your walnuts, you got your Brazil nuts. That's it. Okay, you got your
Cashew.
cashews. Not really, because there's not really a nut, and it's really a poisonous nut, and you can't eat it raw.
Okay.
Even when they say it's raw, it's really not raw because you can't eat it raw because it got poison in it. So they still have to like heat it up just a little bit. Also, you want to you can pretty much, and you still want to eat them in a combination, because you got to remember, seeds and nuts, they have enzyme inhibitors in them. They're the seed to regrow or spring back to life when the enzymes come back to life. Notice that a seed, you have to wait till it hit the ground, and it's useless until the conditions for it unlock the enzymes and it springs it back to life. So right now, to keep that seed in a packed form where it can grow later on, you got enzymes inhibitors in it. And enzyme inhibitors, it stops the enzymes from acting. Now, when you eat that stuff, you got enzymes that got to break that food down. You got enzymes that got to break those nuts down. You got enzymes that got to break those seeds down. But if you breaking a seed down with enzymes that got enzymes inhibitors in it, it's doing like this. It's blocking every enzyme you go to try to break it down. It's blocking it like that. So you're wasting a lot of your energy to get a bunch of enzymes to break down those seeds and nuts you eat.
Okay.
So that's why I try to get people to limit their intake
Actually,
of nuts.
that stuff, the healthy snacks and the healthy stuff like sesame sticks, you know, like the little clear drawers, and they have all these different, man, they got nuts from everywhere.
Right, and I wouldn't use any
They no
of them.
good.
None of them.
But they still in the health food stuff.
Right, unless they are the, like I said, the raw ones. You want the raw, like pecan, Brazil nuts and stuff, but you still want to eat that in moderation, real small amount.
Raisins is a good snack.
Raisin? Yeah, that's a fruit.
Yes.
Yeah, you eat that all day
And
long.
everybody that's in the health food store is not on a hygienic way of doing things.
Right,
They might be doing a whole different type of supplements or whatever they're doing. Let me read this and then we're gonna let you go ahead.
Okay.
I got a text. I'm not gonna say who it's from or anything, but this is the text I had received. It said, "OMG, oh my God, for you, Deacon Dan. I mean, OMG, just leaving the doctor. Thank you, God, for all good lab report. Cholesterol way down. A1C is at 6. Weight 211 from 220. And all other body functions are restoring itself. I thank Brother Frazier for his guidance and expertise and gift from God."
Amen.
Okay.
God is good.
Whenever they get back in
Yeah.
here, they'll let you know.
Okay.
But they was praising God for the report that he got, and the doctor said your stuff is restoring itself.
Wow.
So she was excited about that. So,
Oh, wow.
Wow. That is outstanding. I don't even know how I really want to start on this now. I love to hear stuff like that. The concept I wanted to talk about tonight, though, I wanted to talk about the mind and health and the mind of disease, because you notice a lot of us, we get caught up in thinking about health is only about food. And we don't realize that our emotions and our thoughts can cause disease in us. And I wanted to it kind of put me in the mind of, I was listening to this doctor one time, and he was telling me about this lady. This lady, she wanted to be pregnant so bad. I mean, the lady wanted to be pregnant really bad till she started developing the signs of pregnancy. She developed her stomach started protruding. Her menstrual went off. She started having the craving. She started producing breast milk. She started having all the symptoms of pregnancy. She started having the mood swings. She was going through the motions. She even felt kicking and movement in her belly and all. But every time she went to the doctor to get a pregnancy test, there was no baby. Right? But with her mind, she actually caused her body to actually develop this condition, in other words. So people think that the mind is the cause of disease, though. Now, I'm not telling you that the mind actually caused her sickness. It's just her mentality stop certain processes or functions in the body or produce certain functions in the body. But you got some people who think that mind is over matter, that they can recite a couple of metaphysical affirmations and that they can get rid of their health problem. They can repeat something like, every day and every way, I'm going to feel good today. You know, my stomach is going to be repaired while I continuously eat those things. It's just like saying, if I'm in the fire, I can repeat this metaphysical repetitional strategy saying, in every way, today, I ain't gonna burn this way. Will the fire still burn me? Or will my just because I'm thinking I'm not getting burned, will I still be saved in the fire? Or will that fire burn me unless I get out of there? Now, we asked the kids, if you're in a fire, would you rather get out of the fire or think that the fire just ain't burning you? Even the child said it. They know to get out of the fire. They know not to just sit there and say, hey, everything gonna be all right because I know it in my mind. And I can say it all day long. Oh yeah, I don't have this disease. I'm not claiming it. Just because they're doing it in their mind. But they're doing the same thing that caused the disease. They're sitting at the buffet. They're doing this, but in their mind, oh no, I ain't gonna claim it. I ain't got this. Let's say that you worry about an upcoming test. You remember when you was in school. Let's say you worry about an upcoming test. And you know, the worry has your stomach in knots. It has your stomach like turned up. And you go to eat some food. All right? That even hurts your stomach even more because why? Your stomach is suspended when you're in fear and worry, when you're going through emotions, when your mind is not stable or your mentality is not balanced. Your stomach is suspended. There's no digestion going on. That's why you see people at funerals. Usually everybody's sick because they're sitting there eating after they just buried a loved one or a friend or something like that.
The stomach is part of your nervous system.
Well, your whole organism is a part of each other. It's symbiotic. Each one of them work together. However, your body runs on an energy. It runs on the energy, just like in this room right here. If we start drawing all the energy on this side, we got to steal it from this side. Imagine if we had a one circuit, everything on this one circuit, and we start lightening up stuff on that circuit. That light that's at the end gonna start getting dimmer and dimmer every time we light another light on that circuit. So when we start activating different things in our body, certain vital functions have to lend their energy because of our own personal habits or our environmental habits. Anytime you get off balance, see, it's a must that you be in balance. That's the nature of life. It's the first law of life. It's called law of self-preservation. The body is going to preserve itself no matter what. You can try to kill it, it's going to try to strive for perfection. Like I told you, if you stop breathing right now, it'll make you breathe. You can cut yourself, it'll go to work and start healing itself. Everything you do to it, it goes and try to repair itself, regenerate itself. So it's the law of self-preservation. It's going to preserve itself until it can't do no more, until death. Every cell in the body is doing it. And those cells are working together for the good of you. At the end of the day, the heart is doing the job of the whole body for the heart purposes. The lungs is breathing for the whole body. Each cell is doing this part to bring a balance to you, where you can have this end product called life, where you can go around breathing, enjoying stuff. But all the cells are inside working to make that possible for you. But they must be in balance. For you to have the best life, then it got to be in balance. So anytime you get out of balance, you got a reserve fund. that has to balance the act for you. They got to balance you back. Like for example, let's say you get cold. For you to maintain homeostasis, because you got to maintain a degrees of 98 and 99 degrees. If your body get cooler than 98, your body got to warm itself up. If it get over 99, you might start producing a sweat and start cooling yourself down. Right? Now, that is a balancing act that the body does to preserve itself, because it must maintain a normal temperature of 98 and 99 degrees. That's what we call homeostasis. All right. So if it get under, it got to balance it. It got to adjust it. It got to adjust itself. If it get high, it got to adjust it because it don't want to blow the fuse. So it can't allow it to get too hot, so it'll sweat and cool itself down. It'll do all kind of stuff. The body will do all kind of stuff. Draw blood out. It'll draw blood over this way, where it can be cool over here. The body will do whatever it needs to do to preserve itself. It's going to do that. If it's going to preserve itself in the physical, what makes us think it's not going to preserve itself in the mental? When we're not balanced in our state of mind and our emotions, when we let our worries get too far, we let our fears get too much, they draw on our energy too. It takes a lot of energy to deal with stress. Worryation. Think about when you start worrying. Or think about fear. You start fearing. You even have hair standing up on your skin. You know. You have that thing in your throat. You know, that lump in your throat. You know. Y'all know that time when you know mom was coming in home and you done broke a window. And you know you about to get a beating, you gotta go find you a stick or something. You know that fear of her coming home knowing you done got all F's on your port card. Y'all don't know about it?
Yeah.
But it have lumps in your throat. You actually have physical symptoms from your thoughts. All right?
That's not all the way bad though.
Physical symptoms?
The body react to outside stimulus, like if somebody get ready to hit you, your body tense up, hardens up.
Right.
That's a good thing.
Right.
So,
But what about when you're tensing up just in your thought? When you're thinking about somebody hitting you and you're tensing up? Because you can think about it in your mind and have the same feeling as if it was really happening. You can think about ice cream right now, a chocolate ice cream, and you can actually taste it in your mouth almost. And start getting your mouth watering and all type of stuff like that. So just the thinking, that's called psychic secretion. When you actually can start thinking about food and your mouth start watering up, getting prepared for the food. Eating food while in a state of worrying will cause the food not to be able to be digested. So it's not that your mind is causing you to really say get sick, or your thoughts or your mental ideas and stuff like that is not the one that's actually pretty much causing you or causing you to get healthy or causing you to get sick. It's just that it's stopping the functions, the natural functions of the body. Because when you start worrying, you can't digest food. Because your energy got to be what? Preserved for worrying, for the fight response. See, when you put yourself in danger mode, or in any stress, your adrenal gland got to release this thing called adrenaline. Y'all know what adrenaline is? Adrenaline is the fight-flight response. It's a hormone that helps you. It's one of the most toxic things to the cells. It makes them, it like beat them into submission, make you go when you didn't want to go. That's why when your pancreas, when you overwork your pancreas and they go to fatigue, they say the adrenal gland send a little adrenaline to hit it back, make it jump start. Joker back in action. But what happens when the adrenal gland fatigue? When the innovator become tired? The thing that make and beat everything into submission when they was tired. What happens when you then drain all this energy? You got chronic fatigue. You got it where now a bear can chase you and you can't get no movement out of the person. You don't want to get to that point. Imagine a hospital having a blackout and the emergency generator kicking on. The ER and operating rooms will have first choice on power. And the critical care units, the hospital will not redirect its power supply to the snack room or to the waiting room. So when you are going through something, when your energy is for vital. But when you're using it up for your personal habits and your environmental habits, then the vital is like, it's like you rather spend your lights on the snack room. The hospital, I need to have the snack room lit up because we need to make sure we selling a bunch of tater chips and with the Ritz crackers with the cheese dips and stuff like that. We need to sell that type of stuff. We need to make sure they be able to drink as much coffee they can drink, and we need to sell all our soda. We need to make sure they have all of that. We need to make sure they have all that. Don't worry about the ER unit. That's not important. We can let it black out in there. But we do that with our bodies. We say, hey, it's not important that our brain thinks. It's not important that our lungs breathe. That's not important. It's not important that my stomach is able to digest food. I just want to taste it. I just want to be able to taste my food. I just want it to have a way. I'm just worried about the taste. I care less what it do after it leaves my mouth. Worry is a baby fear. All right. And we know that fear is the #1 killing emotion. People have died from fear. Their hearts have grown, they have stopped or bust or in panic, have beaten so fast that it blows. You know, people become what? Paralyzed from fear. It's been way two people. One was a paramedic. One guy was a paramedic. The other guy was just a regular old guy who mowed lawn. They watch a man get in an accident on a motorcycle. The paramedic, when he saw the gruesome event, froze. But the lawnmower man ran over there to help the man. The paramedic was what? He was actually trained to deal with health issues. But no one trained him to deal with fear. Yeah, he could work on a person who was sitting in a classroom or in a hospital, but not seeing something happen in a trauma event like that. But the regular mowing man doesn't notice all kinds. He probably done seen deers get hit, all kinds of stuff. There's nothing bother him. People go to fear and get gray hair from overnight. Watch a man learn that he is on death row. He turned gray in one day. We see people, after the death of a spouse, they start deteriorating, and they end up, dying. This is why it is important to maintain emotional balance. Remember I told you, your body runs on energy. If it runs on energy, that energy must be dealt with any stress. If you put physical stress on your body, it's going to cause energy to be expended. All right? When I say expended, mean used up. You don't want to use up your energy wastefully, haphazardly, needlessly, unnecessarily. You don't want to do that. What you going to do in time of need? If you, I tell a lot of people this all the time. Imagine you playing a video game. And at the beginning of the video game, they tell you, you got to work through all these levels to get to this last level where you can beat this boss man. All along the way, you can get free men's, you can get more men's where you can have to fight the man at the end. You can get special moves that you can use on the man. All this you can get throughout all the levels, but you gotta find it. And you can't use it on those people to get to the man. Same thing with your body. If you want to live long and have health the longest, you got to save the energy now and not go using it up, spending your money like the prodigal son, spending all your inheritance now. See, your inheritance is your health. All of us was inherited this thing called energy. We all get an inheritance of it. All you had to do is go to sleep. You'll get your pay. You can get all the energy you want. It's just go to sleep. You just got to put the work in. It's called go to sleep. You go to sleep, you will be rewarded with buku of energy. The more you sleep, the more energy you get. The less you sleep, the less energy you get. The more work you do, the more pay you get. The less work you get, the less pay you get. The more energy you get, you have to go to sleep if you want to have more. If you don't want to have energy, don't go to sleep and watch a person go insane. I say that all the time. We talk about the kids, right? You know when they start acting goofy? They're sleepy. We think when we don't get no sleep, what we think? We're going to get goofy. Our brain ain't going to be able to have no rest. Watch those people in the crazy houses. They can't get no sleep. They go crazy. They can't get no rest. Their mind can't get no rest. Can't get it to quiet though. We have to earn sleep, though. That's one thing about it, though. A lot of people don't realize we have to earn sleep. You got to get out there and go work and earn the sleep. See, we sit up in the house and don't do nothing all day. We sit there and play around on television, do all this type of stuff. And we don't earn our rest. We don't go out there in the sun and, like you say, do a man's work or get out there and do something and earn your sleep. And then we wonder why. I just can't sleep for nothing. But they've been in the bed napping all day long. I can't sleep for nothing that night. A physical disease is a disease in the flesh. A mental disease is a disease in the thoughts or the mind. But disease is the process of healing or adaptation to an unbalance in the flesh. Let me show you something. You can take a poison in and change how a person thinks. Have you ever heard of somebody being Mickey? Have you ever heard of that? Do y'all know what that is?
Mickey, what is somebody sip of Mickey?
Right. What is that? Huh? A drug or poison, drugs. Drug poison, same thing. A poison. A person take a poison and what? It alters their mind. Now this person what? Don't talk the same way no more. A person can get alcohol and what? Take the alcohol and not say, something wrong with you. You can tell when the person's mind is altered, it's on the poison. So a physical condition can alter the mind. So how can mind be over matter when a physical thing can actually alter the mind? But you have people around here thinking that they can sit there and alter their body with their mindset, just changing their mindset. I'm just going, I'm good. I don't got no disease. Yeah, I ain't got no problem. I believe I'm healed. I'm healed. Steady eating. No exercise, sitting down, do nothing. Oh, I'm healed. I claim it.
That's the same thing with criminal behavior. They think that what they do, like you said about the Mickey,
Mm-hmm.
they put that inside a drink, but the person who's taking the Mickey is not aware the Mickey is there.
Right.
See, that's the way type thing. It's like a deceptive type thing But if people don't realize that it's in the drink,
Right,
that's why they call it a Mickey, because it's a trick.
right.
And a lot of guys see that's a physical Mickey that affects the physical body. Because the person's not aware that it's in there. The same thing with drugs, when doctor prescribe drugs for us.
But see what
We're
you're saying?
not really aware that what's in them drugs, how it's going to really affect us. That's why they explain to you on the packaging all these side effects, so you'll know that what's going on with yourself, because this drug gonna give you so many, that Mickey drug gonna give you so many side effects. Now, on the other hand, you got a mental Mickey, where a person can see something, and they might think it's a $5,000, but it's just a $20 bill over a bunch of ones. That's called a Mickey too. That's the trick Mickey. So when they see it, then the person act on that. Ooh, that's a bunch of money in their mind, but it may not be but $50.
I see what you're coming from.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's a mental Mickey that a lot of like tricksters and con men use. That's why a lot of people fall for con, because they give you something so too true to believe, and then that's like a mental Mickey, a mental block. Oh,
Right.
if you send us a check, we'll send you you want $100,000. But see, they alter your thinking,
Right,
and that's a Mickey.
right.
Okay.
Altering
So it's a
the
physical,
thought.
yeah, a thought is altered by outside influences.
Outside influences. You know, anything you can take in can alter the mind. You can have food can make people go crazy. You see some people that sit there
Yeah.
and eat and go insane from
Yeah.
eating for a minute. You know, we had some people that let me say, I know a person that had a situation where they went like kind of insane, but they was in a church setting, a church person, you know, and they still went insane. But what could have caused them that? Their way of thinking. You know, you got some neurologists, they believe that, you know, this neurologist named Dr. Amen, he out of California. He believed that free will is a myth. He believed free will is a myth. He believed that the person only can act according to the programming in their mind. So it's not like they are doing it out of like, you know, they doing it because they want to do it. They're doing it because they're programmed to do it. That's all in the mind for them to do. Just like the computer. It's programmed to only do what the computer programmer programmed it to do. Now we can it's still a computer, but it only can do what the programming allows it to do. Now we can deprogram it and reprogram it and get it to do new stuff.
Right.
Same thing with the mind. The mind is the computer. Well, the brain. The brain is the computer. The mind is the software. You see what I'm saying? The way you think and stuff like that. But the brain is actually the hardware. So you got to take care of the hardware. See, when you drink alcohol, the alcohol don't hurt the mind. It hurt the brain that housed the mind. You see what I'm saying? So if you got different functions in your brain got different parts in there. Like you got your prefrontal cortex, you got your temporal lobe, you got your occipital lobe, you got your parietal lobe. You got all these different areas and regions in your brain. Each one of them do a different function. Now, if one of those are damaged from the alcohol, then say it back here dealing with the way you walk, in your movement, good posture and stuff like that. And it's affected from your alcohol drinking, you done hurt that part of the brain. Now you can't walk straight no more. You might be, walking like this or can't walk straight or something. Just because you have damaged the brain or that part of the brain that deals with smooth motor movement. Now let's say that it's a different part with how a person think of what cognitive thinking. Say that a person who drunk alcohol and it has poisoned a part of their brain that deals with cognitive thinking. They can't think right. They don't have a sound mind. Not because you just can't get right. Not because they have destroyed the part of the brain that helps them deal with that situation. So it's not always just talking about the way a person thinking. We have to look at, like we look at the kids and we say, why are the kids acting like that? We got to find out how we feeding these kids. We're feeding them poison. We got them with toxic mind. We got them with toxic brains. They can't think clearly. We used to make a joke when we was young. We used to always say that my mom and them used to have our brain dumb and thick as I don't know what. Because we used to sit there and eat nothing but fat back and rice. They used to fry the fat back and pour all the grease and the bacon in the rice and cook it in the rice. The rice be greasy as I don't know what. And we just want to go to sleep and just can't think after that. Nobody want to think. Nobody want to talk. Nobody want to do nothing. But we used to love it. We used to fry it up every day. We used to fry it up all the time. Oh man, I'm telling you, nothing but to go to sleep.
It was killing me. That's all right.
All right. In anything, I want you to understand that your emotions must be balanced. If your emotions ain't balanced, it's going to cause a stress on your body. Because you got to be, you can, and then when I say balance, I know I just keep talking about fear and worry, but overexcitement, too much joy. I know you say, hey man, we supposed to have joy, but too much joy is innovating. You done had a good time, done had a party, and done had a good time, and what? You want to go to sleep. It drains you. It drains your energy just like anything else. You remember, you got to have energy if you wish to be healthy. Because how your kidneys going to filter the blood? How your lungs going to filter the blood if you wasting all your energy on excitement, on joy? Matter of fact, we talk about the kids, why these kids don't have energy to do nothing in the house no more. Because they have too much entertainment. They done burn their pleasure centers away with the video games, the Facebooks, all the other things that they got for them now. They don't have energy to do anything now because their brain has done burnt out. They done stimulate themselves to death. It's like going to Six Flags and you get on the first little roller coaster and you're like, yeah, that was fun. Now I don't want to ride that no more. I need something bigger. And then we get on that one and I'm tired of that. Now they need to come on with something better. So we become stimulant junkies, in other words. And they be so stimulated that they can't even do normal things anymore because too much stimulation. But it's like changing our thought pattern. Now, we do have to change our mind now I'll tell you what, your mind can heal disease if it's a mental issue, if it's caused by a mental issue. Like say, for example, say that you're suffering with an ulcer. And they say, well, the ulcer is not caused by your mindset, but we know it's caused from your body not having energy to digest food. And those toxins sit there and irritate the body, causing disease. Because we know all diseases cause from low energy and toxemia. All right? So that's the cause. But what caused the innovation? Your constant mental problem. All right, say the worry, for example. You sit there and kept worrying until your body sat there and never was able to digest food that you kept eating that caused a rotting in your stomach until your stomach done ulcerated. Ooh. Now, say that you want to heal that problem, you got to either do one or two things. You got to stop the eating, where the food can start rotting in the belly, or remove the first cause, which was what? The mental issue, the worry. You start to worry, digestion will go back to normal. So yeah, if you can get somebody if the worry is the first issue, the primary issue, yeah, you can have them recite something. Well, I'm not going to worry today. I'm going to be good, and then they stop the worry, and then they notice over time. But you'll notice they didn't get healed from stopping the worry because it's still not an instantaneous thing. The body still got to heal itself over time still from that ulcer. So the change in the mindset don't just heal you instantaneously, because a lot of people think that they're going to get healed overnight. They had to, even Paul had to say, hey, it's working in my flesh. I just had to first renew my mind. Now it's working, it's happening. I'm just waiting on my reward. It's coming at the end of this. I'm waiting. Cause got to be removed though. You got to remove the cause. I mean, a person can sit there and, like I said, and say it all day long, every day and every way, I'm feeling better. But if the cause is still present, they're still going to have that disease. You know, a lot of people go to these fake healers. You know, a lot of them go to the fake, and they go to these shrines, and you know, they had some people that would go up to old Abe. I don't know if y'all remember that. It was an Abe. He supposed to have been the last saint of somebody who used to do good, and they had his bones. They had the ashes of his bones. And they say anybody who came up to the ashes of his bones would get healed, and it became a big thing where they say, "Oh, the ashes of old Abe was healing people." And they said that the people was rushing to old Abe bone, but they had so much ashes. It was like, how big was it? Everybody had, because everybody was carrying ashes home. You could buy ashes to carry home. It was like, well, how big was Abe? You know, because they had, and I think they still got ashes of them, still selling it to this day. I'm not sure though, but it was only a few people who got healed that they can show that got healed from this process of going to old Abe. But the people who got the healing were people who was already almost healed. From the body was already healing itself. And when they got there, it renewed their hope and gave them the power to get up and walk. See, in their mind, they didn't know that they was healed. But in their body had done heal them. But they were still looking in the mirror, I can't walk, or I can't talk, or I'm scared to open my ears. But when the healer came there and said, hey, ain't nothing wrong with you, man, get up and walk, man, open your ears in here. Then they was up there like, oh, I can really do that? And then, they started doing it. And it's like, oh, he healed me. But all the while, the body had done heal itself. And the mind just didn't caught up with the healing. You see where I'm coming from? So we got to make sure that we have a stable mind. So if it's a mental problem, what we do? We correct the mental issue, but we still got to remove all the cause. But I doubt a person would have a mental problem if they was taking care of their physical. Because if you take care of the computer, you'll never have a hiccup on the software. But if you start abusing your computer and everything like that, you're going to have a problem. If we are living in a manner that causes our body to suffer and be in a diseased state and think that we can correct that with faith and not work, we will fail every time. Now y'all read in James. James said you can have all the faith in the world, but if you don't put no work to it, what good is it? You know, you can have it in your mind that you heal all day long. But if you don't, God already gave you the ability to heal yourself. You don't ask him, you don't have to ask him to heal you. You got the ability. All you have to do is be obedient to his word. And he tell you what, breathe the fresh air, because he supplies for you every day. He grow the food for you to eat. You don't have to go to to go to a lab and concoct something to correct your body. You don't have to get the stuff that they got in those pill bottles that a man telling you gotta take. This is what you have to take 2 times a day for your health. No, if that was necessary, God would have supplied that in the day he created Adam. It would have been created for Adam. But if you notice, he made everything good. Notice, a lot of people say that he made doctors and he made a doctor to heal us. And he would have provided him with Adam been too. He provided Adam with everything he needed. A loving lady, food, and some animals, and a good garden. That's all we needed. All that other stuff was unnecessary. But Adam had to what? Obey. So what we have to do, remember I tell you every time, what are the 10 ways of health? Cleanliness. Sun. Fresh air. Ideal diet. Exercise. Now, do they cause health? Do they cause health? They are just essential for health. Just like the mind is essential for health as well. If you wish to be healthy, you got to make sure your mind is in that's why we call it holistic. Listen to the word, holistic. The root word is hal, H-A-L, which also goes for holy, which also goes for wholeness, which also goes for healthy, which also goes for sound. So to be whole or to be holy means to be sound body and sound mind. All right? So we tell people you got to make sure your physical is good and make sure you got a right mind. The computer is useless without software. And so is the software useless without the computer. So the mind is useless without the body, and the body is useless without the mind. All right? Do I have any questions? No questions. So if I
Just talking out. I already asked my question.
Well, this is what I want you to really realize. It's very important. Emotional balance. Now, emotional balance is being free from addictive habits, addictive obsession. You'll say anything that causes your body to be out of poise, in other words. You want to make sure you keep yourself in a poised state. Don't allow yourself to get, like, say, even overexcited. You know, not in self-pity. Stay away from those type of things. Stay away from worry. You know, they say self-pity is the dry rot to the soul. You hear Proverbs. Proverbs will tell you everything about the state of the mind. Romans will tell you about the state of, read Romans. You know, he'll tell you all day long, I've been doing stuff that I ain't supposed to be doing. That what I hate to do, I shouldn't be doing, all this type of stuff. But it's the law in my member. I find it's a law in my member. He said the law of the spiritual, I can do. I'm good at obeying God, but for some reason, something in my body I just can't do right. You see what I'm saying? So you want to listen what he's trying to tell you. He's telling you. Find out what it is. He says better to be right through the spirit, period. Use the spirit to guide you and keep you right. If you can't control your body, control it through the spirit, in other words. Control it through the spirit. All right? And also, I want y'all to remember this too. These are some a couple of scriptures you might can write down where you can have for you. 2 Corinthians. Three. It's actually 1 Corinthians 13 through 23. And I'm going to leave you with this. And if you have any questions, y'all can ask me some questions. But it says, every man's work shall be made manifest, for the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire. And the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is. If any man work abide which he hath built thereupon, he shall receive a reward. If any man's work shall be burnt, he shall suffer loss. But he himself shall be saved, yet so as by fire. Know ye not that ye are the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you? If any man defile the temple of God, him shall God destroy. For the temple of God is holy, which temple ye are. Let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool, that he may be wise. For the wisdom of this world is foolish with God. foolishness with God. For it is written, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness. And again, the Lord knoweth the thoughts of the wise, that they are vain. Therefore, let no man glory in men, for all things are yours. Whether Paul or Apollos or Cephas or the world or life or death or things present or things to come, all are yours. And ye are Christ, and Christ is God. So, and pretty much what I get from this is that he's letting you know that your body is the temple of God. You got to take care of this body. If you wish for God to dwell in this body of yours, he got to have a place to dwell in. He don't want to live in a shack. He don't want to live at Motel 6. Don't keep no light on for him there. Put him up at the Waldorf Star. So, you want to put him up in royalty. He deserves royalty, right? He don't deserve to be living, out there off of 17 somewhere. I don't know if y'all know about 17. He don't need to be over there at the Scottish or nowhere, nothing like that. So it's letting you know that every man's work is going to have, what you're building your temple out of, it's going to come a day where it's going to have to stand trial. And it stand trial every spring, every summer, every winter. It stand trial when that sun beat up against it. So if you can't stand against it, then you're going to be destroyed. And if you're able to, then you reward with another day of life or extended life, a long life. So I encourage you to build your temple with the best stuff. And the best stuff is supplied by him. He wants his temple made with his own material, his air, his water, his food. So just use those things and you won't have any problem. All right? All right. Thank you.
All right.
Amen.
All right. So that's a another great lesson. So this week we've been challenged again for our emotional balance. So we want to get into some quiet time, meditation. I'm gonna work on that. Just cutting the TV off and getting rid of the stress, and really and trying it before you eat. I got to get rid of the stress.
Matter of fact, you remember Paul was even telling them before you take supper, make sure you're in the right state of mind. Because some people have been causing their own disease and stress from what eating and not in the right state of mind, not worthy to eat.
You're right. And a lot of us, that's what we do. We come home from work. We all stressed out from work, and then we want to eat. Instead of coming home and meditating and getting rid of the stress and making sure we come down before we partake of that meal. So when we do eat that meal, you have all the fuel, all the energy you need to digest that food. Awesome teaching. Awesome teaching. And if nobody didn't get it, I'm getting it and I'm enjoying it and I'm thanking God for it.
Yeah.
So we look forward to seeing you all next week for another great lesson. Come with your testimony, come with your questions, and let's all work at this together.
I did fast.
Co-pastor.
Oh, you did?
I did fast. The first day I was supposed to do it was that Thursday, but I got caught up in doing things around the house and I messed up. But I remembered and I did it that Friday. And like you said, it really, because I was focused, I really wasn't hungry anyway. And I felt good. So I just wanted to share that. So I did that.
Do y'all are going to continue the 1 day of fasting,
Yes.
right? At least 1 day of fasting.
Yeah.
1 day a week.
At least 1 day.
One day.
Now you can go more now.
Yeah.
Don't stop at 1, but at least 1.
Get that body chance. It shuts everything down and let everything get a chance to rest.
How about the sun?
Yeah. We get some.
And
We
try
still
to
got
be
some more days.
as white as
Get that
clothes as
every
you
day.
can.
Well,
The light
sun's
clothes.
out.
So it don't
Wasn't no
reflect.
sun today, bro.
Right. Yeah, with no sun the last
Well, no
couple of
day,
days.
no.
Yeah.
We're gonna get some.
We gonna get some.
We're gonna get out there and get some.
God knows the break.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much. God bless you and God bless Brother Frazier and his family. We thank y'all for loaning him to us for a few hours. So, thank y'all so much. God bless you, and may the Lord keep you until we see each other again. Amen.
Amen.
1 minute.
Let's stop.
You see how your baby girl talks?
Yes,